Good morning, grade 7A. This is teacher Cressy again. And welcome to English class. So by the way, how are you doing today? Oh, that's great. I know that you are doing fine because as I can see in your face, you're very much happy at the same time excited. Am I right? Okay, that's great. So before we move on to our topic this morning, may I request Mario to lead the prayer? Okay, and before you sit down, please arrange your chairs and pick up some pieces of papers. Okay, that's good. So may I request the monitor to pass the attendance? Okay, that's great. So let me see your attendance. Oh, everyone is present here. So does it mean that you are all excited to learn new topic this morning? Oh, that's great. So to get started, our lesson objectives for today would be, number 1, identify the different strategies of listening. Second, use appropriate listening strategy to extract information from the text listened to. Third, appreciate the song by giving its message. And lastly, display fairness in listening in any situation. So you are all expected to meet these objectives. So to get started, please ready yourself. I want you all to get ready with your ears, with your hands, with your eyes to see, because the winner of this activity will be given an award. So since you are only 30 in this section, I am going to group you into 3. Yes, so this row is group 1, this one is group 2, and this one is group 3. So may I request the person who is sitting in front to prepare one long bond paper. This will be used for this activity as a group. Do you have all the pen papers? Okay, very good. So are you all ready? Okay, give me a clap if you are all ready. Okay, good job. So let's start with our activity. As I have said earlier, you need to be ready. You need to open your ears. You're going to listen of everything that I am going to say. And you need to be fast in executing what I am going to tell you. Are you ready? Okay, so I am going to read you a story. Are you all excited? Do you like a story? Okay. So what you will need to do in this activity is you are going to draw everything what I say. Based from the story, the title of this activity, by the way, is Pass and Draw What She Says. Okay? Here it goes. One sunny morning, after eating his breakfast, Mark gets bored. He goes inside his room and pulls his paper and pen from his bag. On a long bond paper, first, he writes his name at the center. Second, below his name, he puts his grade level and section. Third, he encircles his name and his grade level as well as his section. Fourth, on top of the circle, he draws another 3 rectangles. Fifth, below the circle, he draws a heart and writes, I am happy today, all in capital letters inside. 6. Mark stands up and says, done. Okay, time is up. May I request the last person sitting at the back to raise your work? Okay, so let's try to check if you were able to get the activity. Okay, so just continue raising your hand. Okay, so let's try to check. He writes his name in the center. Okay, below his name, he puts his grade level and section. Very good. So may I see the work of group 1, group 2, and group 3. Oh, a mighty clap for everyone. You all got the activity. So how did you find the activity? Yes, group 1? Very good. Easy. Which part of the instruction did you find difficult? What about group 2? Group 3. Wow, it seems that you really listened well, right? Okay, but what about group 3? Okay, so even if you did not get the correct answer, or you did not get the perfect output, but still you were able to perform, I can see that you really did your best to execute what I said. Okay? So, sometimes in our lives, class, things seem difficult to follow because we only listen to reply and not to get the message behind. So, it is very important that when someone is talking, your purpose is really to understand, to comprehend what he or she says in order for us to get the message. Because if you will just listen without putting your heart into it, you will never understand the message behind. Okay? So from now on, when someone is speaking, we need to put our heart to that person. We need to understand what he or she is trying to say to avoid misunderstanding. Okay, so since you are all doing great for our first activity, have you ever tried to wake up in the morning and then you hear this very annoying sound? Yes. So your mama telling you to wake up because she wants to go somewhere to buy some goods, right?
Wake up!
So you feel annoyed because your mama is waking you up?
Wake
Okay.
up!
What about your alarm clock? Do you like to listen to your alarm clock early in the morning? Oh, so your mama is your alarm clock. You are not actually using a literal alarm clock. So your mama is your alarm clock. Okay, yeah, we cannot really deny the fact that early in the morning, our mother is our alarm clock, especially that you will wake up at 9 a.m. Your mother will really wake you up because you still have something to do at the day. We need to be responsible, of course, right, class? Very good. What about this one? Your neighbor urging your father to buy his fish freshly taken from white port. Diba, every day, a lot of fish vendors asking you to buy this because this fish is cheaper than the other vendors and so on. So how did you feel when you hear fish vendor forcing you to buy his fish? You feel annoyed also? You did not ask yourself, really? Is it really fresh like that? You did not do any critique or any critiquing and so on? Like you just simply sleep, go back to sleep. Okay, so you don't care because your father is there. Okay, what about this one? Hear your favorite TikTok music. Diba, dali na kita mo mata because gusto ka mo sayo sa TikTok music. Diba yung nana? So, whenever we hear our favorite TikTok music, dali agad kayo na to ma-open na to ang mga mata because we want to dance with the rhythm of that TikTok music. Okay, what about this one? A TV personality giving you step-by-step processes to avoid the spread of COVID-19 over the radio. So maybe when COVID-19 starts to give threat to all the people in the world, no mas feel na to nga need you to follow sa ilang step-by-step processes. So that is the reason why we listen, we get up, and then we act on it. So what is the relevance of this situation in our topic this morning? Very good. Our topic this morning is about listening. Okay, but what sense of, what organ in our body are we going to use when we want to see something? Very good, eyes. What about when we want to taste something? Tongue. Good job, Raven. What about when we want to touch something smooth? Great, Giselle. What about this one? When we want to hear our favorite music, or we want to listen to someone who is talking over the radio? Very good. So that is a sense of hearing. So when we listen, or we plan to listen to someone or something, we use our ears in listening. Very good, Madeline. So class, what is the difference between hearing and listening? Okay? Okay, very good. So when we say hearing, you are just simply receiving. You are just simply receiving the sound using your ears. What about listening? Yes, Shane. Great job. So when we say listening, listening is deeper than hearing, because in listening class, it is already a skill that we need to develop. So listening class is not just perceiving the sound, but you are also ending it with a goal of giving someone a feedback. So there is a feedback after you listen to someone. So listening now is one of the skills we use the most in everyday life. So we listen because we need to, not just to reply, but because we need to give something, maybe a feedback, assessment, or you are going to make a critique paper. Listening is the basis for your speaking, writing, and reading skills. So to train your listening skills, it is important to listen actively. Again, you need to listen actively. Yeah? When we say actively, you are actually putting yourself on that situation. Because your goal is to give interpretation of what someone says or tells you to do. It is very important that you need to give attention to the speaker. So if your teacher is speaking in front of you, you need to listen. You need to build eye-to-eye contact to your teacher. When you listen, you have already an idea on how you are going to answer the question of your teacher. Pag may kag-hearing class, nadungog lang nimo imong teacher nga nag-istorya, nagyaw-yaw diha, but you did not understand the message. That is only hearing. You acknowledge the sound, but you did not understand it at all. Today would be the best day, would be the best time to develop and improve our listening skill. So that is the difference between hearing and listening. Now let's move on to the 4 types of listening strategies. So there are strategies that we need to develop in order for us to become an effective listener, especially in the use of the English language. So number one, so I have here the example. When the teacher is giving you the step-by-step process on how to submit your portfolios at the end of every quarter. So it was the teacher, okay, these are the things that you need to do. Number one, you need to write your name. The second, you need to submit it to your teacher at school. So maoni. So that example falls under the listening strategy, which is attentive listening. So when we say attentive listening, people listen to understand the message, to follow instructions, or to get information. So this is a type of listening required in many instructional activities. Okay? Your full attention is really much needed during this listening strategy. Okay, so that is attentive listening. Okay, next, for example, while you are watching Korean drama, at the same time, your sister is trying to speak with you. Di ka gadahang maminaw sa iya because you are so focused with your Korean drama. Kung napagadungog di mo nga, na-chismis kay manghatag og kwarta si mama unang gabi kay birthday niya. Nawala na dahil mong focus sa imong kita ng Korean drama kay na-excite ka sa gastorya sa mga sister nga manghatag imong mama. So that example falls under the listening strategy of selective listening. Okay? That is an example of selective listening. Why? Because you only choose the topic that you are going to listen. So meaning, dili full attention, imo lang gipili ang topic nga makarelate ka. So that is an example of selective listening. From the word select, meaning you choose topic in which you can only relate. The third listening strategy is we have critical listening. If I was not mistaken, in Panlipunan, task you to submit a movie review in which you are going to watch a movie. After that, you are going to make a movie review. So, the very moment you finished watching the video and then you started with your movie review is an example of critical listening. Why? What is critical listening? People listen first to comprehend and then evaluate a message to detect propaganda devices and persuasive language. So, iyang i-evaluate unsa ang mga language ang gigamit. Unsa nga propaganda technique, for example. Naabay mga product dito nga gigamit sa movie para in a way nga ila kung i-advertise. So that is part of critical listening. Unsay purpose sa critical listening? First, you need to listen with comprehension and you come up with your evaluation. Critical listening. The one that I mentioned earlier, when you wake up early in the morning and then you hear the sound, the TikTok music, your favorite TikTok music. Lani pa kayo mong tulog-tulog class. Pagpatukar ni mama sa sunata, ming bangon dayon ka og nag-ikid-ikid sa TikTok music. Why? Because that is your favorite TikTok music. You can relate, you knew the steps. And if you know the steps, you know how to execute the steps, then you appreciate the rhythm, the music itself. So that listening strategy is what we call appreciative listening strategy. You appreciate the music itself. That makes it as your favorite TikTok music. So appreciative listening, listen for enjoyment, which includes listening to music, to jokes and to stories and poems read aloud. So you appreciate something or someone the very moment you consider something or someone as your favorite. You listen to someone because you like him or her. So that is already an example of appreciative listening strategy. You listen for enjoyment. And the last listening strategy is we have marginal listening. So in this type of listening strategy class, people do not have any specific focus when they do this type of listening. Marginal, you did not give focus. Kada ba maminaw ka nga physically you are here, pero ang imong huna tuara sa basketball. Mao na siya ang example sa marginal. Kung sa attentive listening full imong focus, diri sa marginal, wala gyud kay focus. So I am going to group you into 3. Okay? So this would be group 1. Okay, same earlier group 1, group 2, and group 3. Your task is you are going to draw. You are going to listen and draw something. What will come into your mind while listening to the song? So please take note of the criteria. We are going to use this criteria in giving you grade. So the title of the song would be Land of the Morning. This is actually the English version of our national anthem, Lupang Hinirang. So your task is, okay, so for those students who do not have cell phones, mobile phones, I am going to present to you through a video presentation on the lyrics. For those who have mobile phones, I am going to send you the copy. And for those who have hearing disability, I am also going to give you a copy of the lyrics. So, kindly make yourself comfortable. Leaders, please make sure that you are facilitating your members. And members, please cooperate with your leader. So, are you ready? Okay, please listen carefully. And each group must have an output based on what or how you understand the song. Okay? Unsa ang message nga makuha nimo sa kanta. So, ang message na imong makuha, you are going to draw it as a group. Okay? So this is, are you ready? Okay, settle down, everyone. Very good. All ears. Okay, so this is the song. Okay, everyone, raise your output. Okay, raise and then submit it by row. So, may I request the reporter of group 1? Okay, group 2, group 3. Okay, very good. So, how did you find the activity? What is the reason why you come up with this drawing? Very good. Because it shows nationalism. Oh, all of you got the correct answer. Very good explanation. So I can really see that you are really listening to what I discussed earlier. For our assessment class, this would be differentiated and individual assessment in which you are going to answer this assessment as a group, but you are going to prepare a pen and paper individually. Okay? Individually. Group ni siya, kaninga group 1, kaninga activity, group 2, kaninga activity, and so on. Okay, I want everyone to get a one whole sheet of bond paper. Write your name, your section, and a date today. Of course, the subject English. Okay, done. So this is for group 1. Okay, group 1, this is your task. Okay, and group 2, okay, you are going to listen to the song Light of the Morning again. And after listening, you are going to write the first 5 lines of the song. Okay, you don't have to worry because audio file will be transferred to those students who have mobile phone through Share It app. And for those students who have internet access, you can actually access the video through this link. And for those students who do not have internet access and do not have mobile phones, you don't have to worry because I am going to play the audio for you. And group C, this would be your activity. Okay. So same thing, I am going to give you the video file. It will be transferred to your mobile phones. For those who have internet access, you can access the video through this link. And for those students who do not have mobile phones, who cannot hear because he or she has hearing disability, I am going to give you the script of the commercial. This is only for group C, huh? Okay, for group C, take note of these questions. Here, for your assignment class, I want you to listen. Okay, this is the direction. So you will be graded, your assignment will be graded using this criteria. Organization of ideas is 6 points, grammar is 6 points, neatness is 3 points, a total of 15 points. I hope that this lesson will serve as your stepping stone in order for you or for us to develop and enhance your listening strategy, so that when you reach your maturity age, you would be able to compete with the demands of this world. Before I will end this lesson, I would just like to leave you a lesson. Maybe you can use this one starting today. Okay? The lesson that I would like to impart this lesson is, the first duty of love is to listen. That is according to Paul Tillich. So this actually means that before you can give feedback to someone or something, you need to put your heart on it. So good luck everyone, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Take care. Bye.